Hello, fellow Earthlings. Tonight I'm coming at you with Out of This World scent, once again brought to you by the people at Stirling Soap Company, Haverford. This is a vanilla lover's scent. Look how dark that is. This is vanilla, sandalwood, other yumminess. There's some other goodness in there, and it just makes an absolutely delightful. I don't know how I've missed out on this for this long, but absolutely phenomenal. I'm sorry, I have an eyelash or something in my eye. And of course I had the, what? Splishity splash, that's right. Let's go ahead and poppity pop the plastic on this. Let's give it a nice little sniffity sniff. If I could open it. What's going on with this? That's a weird lid there. It's like, that's good stuff. It keeps almost building like a suction on it. Listen, watch. Hear that? It's like squeezing the air out. It's so weird. Never heard that before. Wow, that smells good. All right. So, after a nice hot shower, let's see. So tonight we're using my brand new, look at that solid gold. This is going to be my Vanilla Sandalwood Delight TwinPines WoodTurning bowl. And this is my Gold Phoenix shave brush, which has 9/10 of a pelagicshave on the bottom there. This one kind of went bleh on me. And then for returning champion tonight, we are using the winning razor. And if you can see there I am in there. This thing took to a polish like a freaking champion. I've never seen a razor that, look at that. It's like truly mirrored. Blue line. Even the, look at that, even the underneath of the base cap. Of course, the underneath of the top cap, this is so angled, it's impossible to get. But last night, I used a Gillette Platinum. I had a great shave with it and did a head shave with it, and it turned out good, but that blade was on its last use. So tonight I thought, before I give this razor its real review, let's try it with the good old trusty blade that is sharp as a razor, as it should be, and smooth as butter. What is it? That's right, the good old-fashioned Gillette Nasset. So let's load that sucker up and get it in. Me and my boy Subi were talking, I believe it was today, it might have been yesterday, about this razor, and we talked about how this razor, you know, I tried the Henson, I got rid of it as quicker than I got it. It was just too light, too mild, too skinny handled, it had too many bad points to keep in my den. Whereas this one, it shaves very similar to the Henson, but to me it's more, I don't know, mo better. It's a great razor. It shaves so much better, probably due to the weight. But we were talking about how, I wonder how, and he was talking about the Henson, and I told him, I said, well, why don't you try putting a heavier handle on the Henson head and see how that changes it, and see how similar it is to this. I don't know if he did. I know he tried the titanium handle on the Winning Razor head, and that ended up being a good shave. But we're going to continue with this as it came, minus the polish, because it didn't come that way. And I'm going to use this for the next couple days before I give it a good, honest review. I have to do write-up for them, so this was sent to me free of charge, and I'm supposed to do 1,000-word write-up for them about wet shaving, the razor, things like that. I don't believe I'm supposed to make a video for them or anything. So this is me just using this and finding out the goods and bads to it. Sorry, I just had to do little squirts there because all of a sudden it just popped in my head. There was that one video when CDB was talking about somebody, another YouTuber, and he has a mister, and he's like, pss, 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 pss. And he's like, just squeeze it and squirt, let it go, you know. So anyways, sorry, I find things amusing that aren't. And the knot that's on this is actually a synthetic knot. Wayne sent me a brush that had this knot in it. He didn't like it. He said it was too short. And I believed I pulled a synthetic knot out of another brush that I had. And oh wait, we gotta do the CDB thing there. I told Wayne, you know, if he wants that one, he could have it. And so I found use for the little knot to go in my little midget brush. This pour turned out pretty cool. I was just playing around with my pressure pot that I just got. And I got it just to make little razor stamps and have fun. But, you know, if you look on this, there's a million defects on it, but it was fun to make. But let's get on with the shave. The scent on this soap, you know, as you know, with Stirling soap, they're always a good medium, strong medium scent. And this scent is just delightful. Absolutely loving it. And see, whatever got my eye is just making my eye red. And this razor, the Winning Razor, it's a weird name, they know it. I think they named it the Winning Razor because it would have been weirder to name it Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. But this thing, it's kind of funny how this all came about because I've been waiting for these to be released, and they had sent out on their web page, they had available soon. We've had delays and whatever. You know, it said check back, available soon, and I kept checking back to order one. Well, then I got the email about the Shave Sensei program, and I was like, sure, I'll sign up for it. You know, they probably won't pick me because at the time I don't even think I'd started my YouTube channel or anything, but I don't think with them it had anything to do with a YouTube channel. They just wanted wet shavers to use their products and review their products and give them feedback. I think the problem that they're having is they're not understanding why they're not having why they're not having the sales that they thought they should be having. And I honestly think it's because it's the name of the company. You know, because when you hear the Wet Shaving Club, the first thing that comes to my mind is a subscription service. The second thing that comes to my mind is cheap junk. It's probably cartridge razors, or it's products no better than as seen on TV stuff. And I think that's the hurdle they're trying to overcome. And, you know, they bought, you know, the original Wet Shaving Club went out of business. And they purchased the name. Sorry, I had to be a little careful here because my samurai slash with the straight the other night, and this one wasn't so bad. I didn't even know I had done that one. But that one was like plowing for corn. It went in deep, and it went in straight. And so I think that they're having to try to overcome, for one thing, the horrible name, because just the name alone, the first thing that comes to my mind is gimmick. You know, with a company called Wet Shaving Club. And honestly, it's a shame. I've never used the Triple S razor because it never appealed to me. It never appealed to me because the Triple S stood for safety, something and something. It's supposed to be like super mild and whatever. So it never appealed to me. Sorry, I have a ton of soap in the brush here from where I mashed the soap into the bottom of the bowl to try to get the soap that was in there. But need to get a new mister too. I had been looking at the America razor because for one thing, I thought it was super cool how it had the America flag on it. I thought that was just really neat. I had wanted to get one, but not ever seeing posts in the groups. From anybody about the America razor. Never saw it in Shave of the Days or anything. I was kind of leery. Well, then I saw somebody had one for sale, reached out to them, got it, and lo and behold, it was like a fantastic razor. Well, then I did research on it and found out it was made by Yates. I reached out and messaged some of the other YouTubers. I wasn't YouTubing at the time. People were just like, never heard of that razor. And that was kind of it. But I loved it, found out it was made by Yates, and then this was being made, so I was like, I gotta try it. For 50 bucks, made in America, all stainless steel razor. You know, and so I was waiting for it to be released. Well, then the email came out. I volunteered, never heard back from them. Then all of a sudden they're like, sure, you know, we'd love to have you. I was like, wow, that's... And they were like, you know, what would you be interested in doing? Videos, articles, vlogs, blogs, whatever, you know. I told them what I'd be interested in doing. And they said, okay. They said, we'll reach back to you later on. We're trying to finalize everything, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, they're like, okay, here's what we want you to do. We'll be sending you a shirt and a razor to try. And I was like, wow, cool, you know. And then it ended up being the one that I was just fixing to buy, so that made it even better. But if you could hear this thing, I'm on my second pass, and it's just steady knocking down hairs. This thing has such a great blade clamp. I don't know if you could see in the head there. My iPhone doesn't want to behave. But in the head of this thing, you can see that blade just, there's no chatter with it. There's no movement. I'm talking the blade clamp on this thing is like a carbon and stuff. That it's clamped in there so good, it's just unreal. Now, the only thing that I've found about this so far that last night when I shaved my head, I only had like a day and a half's worth of growth. I normally wait to shave my head every 3 days. With my Lupo DLC or my Lupo 0.95, never had clog issues. And with this on my head, I did. And I do believe it's because of the lather ports are little tiny holes. It's very reminiscent to the above the tie gem style razor they did. And I believe they did another razor like that that had the portholes like that, or the lather holes. Like, they're super cool looking. I feel like one of the synthetic fibers came off somewhere. So this is not a razor to use if you have more than, you know, unless you don't grow a heavy beard. I wouldn't use it to knock down anything more than 24 hours of growth. And when I do my head, I always go, I guess you call it with the grain, and then I go, you know, get all that, and then I go against the grain, and even with the grain, I couldn't do from here to my ear without it clogging up. On this Haverford, on Stirling's site, they have a warning with it that says if you use a natural bristle brush, it will stain the hair. So because of the vanilla content. So they say to use a brush you don't mind getting stained. And so for that, I used a synthetic. But this razor, is definitely a good razor, especially for the money. But this thing's great. So far, I am loving it. It's not the most efficient razor. The blade gap is very, very minimal. I would think that, I don't know if that is positive exposure or neutral. It's probably, I don't know, it might be neutral. Well, let me get cleaned up and I'll be back with you with aftershave thoughts, comments, and blah, 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 blah. All right, we are back. Let's go over what we used today. Today we used what me and Subi have dubbed the Gold Phoenix. And we call it that because the pour came out really cool. It just looks like a gold phoenix bird coming out of there. And the plagiarized did not survive. And today we use the, I don't know if we want to call this a, I don't know what to name this bowl. But this thing is just gorgeous. Gold and silver and pearl. It's just a gorgeous bowl. Yeah. And then, of course, we use the winning razor, and everybody knows it has the magnet on the bottom, but it's a really cool little neat feature, especially if you're easily entertained like I am. Oh, and then after my shave, I used my warm water, cold water rinse. I used my bottle of this is my magic potion here. This is straight chlorine and cyanide. See, if you look in there, you can see the dead man's toe floating around. Witch hazel. And then we use the face oil and the hyaluronic acid. And today's soap of choice was Haverford. This is a vanilla sandalwood lover's dream. This is just amazing. If you do not like vanilla, don't buy this. Because this is smack you in your face vanilla good. It's just so good. There's vanilla, sandalwood, some other stuff, a whole bunch of other stuff going on in there. It is just amazing. Well, let's go ahead and finish this great shave off with some good old-fashioned alcohol burn and some splishity splash. Let's do some more of that. You know what these little bottles remind me of? They remind me of the TV shows they used to show back in the old days, you know, and they pull out their little bottle. And that's what they remind me of. What are these little things? I don't know if these are pints or what they're called. Half pints, whatever. But, wow, that's a very... It's a warm, because that vanilla, it's spicy. There's some sort of, I don't know if it's allspice in it, or maybe it's just the vanilla with the sandalwood. But wow, this is G-O-O-O-O, slap your mama good. But that's enough for the shave tonight. Tomorrow we will be using another soap that I didn't look to see what was next in line. Tanaro. Okay. The day after today is Tanaro. We will be using the winning razor again so that I could get a good feel for it to give it a good honest review. So far it is positive review. The only thing, like I said, the only bad thing so far I have to say is of these minuscule lather ports. And see the above the tie. This is the version 1, and they made these bigger because they were too small of lather ports. I believe above the tie had a razor that had them like this, and they ended up changing them because they were always getting clogged also. But it's a very cool looking razor. It's a cool concept. Shaves fabulous so far. So far as of right now, it's getting 7 out of 8 octopus arms. Because at pelagicshave, you know, that's how we're going to do it, because octopi have 8 arms unless you're this poor guy right here who has 6 3/4 or something going on. But oh, you know what, before y'all leave, I want to show y'all what I got today. I got this really sweet, you're probably not going to see the colors on camera, infinity brush today. West Coast Shaving. This is really nice. It's really cool. I got that from Timber. That was another, this was an actual brush guide brush that fell. And this one's super dinky compared to the West Coast one. And it fell through my spice clip, so it may have to go up here. But I also got this. I've never had one of these. This is new to the den. This I got from my buddy Logan Shern. And this is a turn and burn, the old turn and shave. But this thing is gorgeous. Can't wait to use that one. And then today from my good friends and your good friends, and if they're not your friends, they should be, over at Aka Brushworks. My brain just went totally blank because I was being a fool. Or at AKA Gardner, just acquired this one. I didn't know when I bought it, but he calls it the Mermaid Princess. But I'm going to have to go Zoolander on it. And if you haven't seen Zoolander with Ben Stiller, It's one of his absolute stupidest movies, but it's great. And on it he says, "I'm a merman, Dad, merman." So this is a Ben Stiller merman brush. So go watch it if you haven't watched it. It's even dumber than the movie where he makes a movie about where they're in Vietnam. It's even dumber than that one. So one last one, then I'll shut up for the night. Look at the cool shape of that. Wild West. I've never seen one this shape. I got that from Ben also. So thank you, Ben, for the great brushes. See y'all tomorrow. Take care, be safe, and thank you for tuning in, and God bless.